Wrexham have already shown they know how to dream, but what's happening at the start of this transfer window is beyond what anyone could have imagined. With a record-breaking budget, elite signings, and a high-profile potential replacement for Paul Mullin'S on the radar, the club wants more than just to survive in the Championship, and today's 4 breaking stories prove it. In this video, you'll get to know the names shaking things up behind the scenes at the Welsh club, and understand why Wrexham are becoming one of the key players of the window. Today's a special one. We've got the 4 biggest stories of the day about our club. But pay attention, the last story is the main one, the one you saw in the thumbnail and the title, and it's bound to get people talking. Before we get to it, we'll go through 3 red-hot updates that will also keep you in the loop. So stick around until the end. You'll want the full picture to truly understand the scale of Wrexham's challenge and ambition. Story 1. How many points do Wrexham need to achieve their dreams in the Championship? The 2025-26 season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in the recent history of Welsh football. After 43 years away, Wrexham are back in the Championship, the most competitive second division in world football. A club that's already starred in one of the greatest rise-through-the-ranks stories in English football now faces a fresh challenge, staying competitive at a much tougher level. But what should we realistically expect from Wrexham in this new chapter? Some believe the sole aim should be to avoid relegation, given the step-up in quality. Others, more optimistic, think the club's ambitious project, backed by key signings, a larger budget and a professional structure, could even push them towards a Premier League playoff spot. Somewhere in the middle lies a solid, steady season that cements Wrexham as a Championship side. To gauge what the team needs to achieve on the pitch, let's look at the average points from the past 5 Championship seasons. Based on those stats, we can set some clear targets. To avoid relegation, the historical average shows that a team needs at least 47 points. That's usually enough to stay up, though the threshold can vary year by year. To finish mid-table, comfortably around 14th place, the goal rises to around 59 points. That would mark a stable campaign with room for growth in the years ahead. To aim for the playoffs, where teams place 3rd to 6th battle for one last promotion spot, the magic number is 72 points or more. That's a bold target. Only the most consistent sides reach it over a full season. In short, Wrexham will need to maintain, and perhaps even exceed, the fighting spirit they've shown in recent years if they want to keep surprising the football world. They're no longer a plucky underdog. All eyes are now on them. The Championship campaign will be grueling, but if the results go their way, the dream of reaching the top tier of English football may no longer seem like a fantasy, but the next step in an extraordinary journey. Story 2. Rob McElhenney sends classy message to Oldham's owner. While Wrexham are now focused on the Championship, the spotlight this weekend was on another historic English club, Oldham Athletic. In a memorable final at Wembley, Oldham secured their long-awaited return to League Two, reigniting the passion of their loyal supporters who've been waiting years for better days. And to the surprise of many, Rob McElhenney, one of Wrexham's co-owners and a driving force behind the modern celeb football connection, was quick to publicly congratulate them. His message wasn't just a polite nod, but full of humour and class, especially given the curious backstory between the two clubs and their owners. Back in a 2023 interview, Oldham owner Frank Rothwell made a comment that went viral. When asked about Wrexham's owners, Rothwell openly admitted he had no idea who Rob McElhenney and Reynolds were. The remark was taken as light-hearted banter, and over time, became part of the amusing narrative surrounding lower league football. Now, with Oldham's promotion confirmed, McElhenney showed real sportsmanship. He sent a public message congratulating the club and Rothwell, highlighting the mutual respect that should exist between football rivals, even in different divisions. But he didn't stop there. Rob also made a donation to a charity campaign led by Rothwell, proving that respect in football extends far beyond the pitch. To add to the intrigue, 2 familiar faces to Wrexham fans played key roles in Oldham's success: striker Mike Fondop, who bagged 18 goals this season, and Billy Waters, who despite an injury, was part of the squad. Both will be back in the Football League next season, this time in Oldham colours. In an era when rivalries can sometimes cross the line, gestures like McElhenney's are a reminder of the true spirit of football. And who knows, perhaps Wrexham and Oldham's paths will cross again in a higher division in the near future. News 3. Controversial decision could upset fans. Wrexham target reinforcements and may shake up the midfield. With Wrexham's historic promotion to the Championship now confirmed, the club has already begun planning for the 2025-26 season, and the transfer market is in full swing. Backed by an unprecedented budget in the club's history, the board has been moving ambitiously and strategically, targeting experienced and well-established names in English football. The current focus is clearly on the midfield, one of the most demanding areas in the high-intensity, fiercely competitive second tier of English football. Some of the names being mentioned behind the scenes reflect the club's growing ambitions. Ben Davies, currently at Tottenham, Craig Dawson, and midfielders Tom Lawrence and Tom Kearney, all of whom have had impressive spells at notable clubs and bring strong attacking qualities. These potential signings send a clear message: Wrexham don't just want to survive in the Championship, they want to compete on equal footing. The goal is to raise the squad's technical level, providing Phil Parkinson with more tactical options and greater on-pitch experience to face the challenges of a league that punishes any slip-ups. However, this transfer activity has caused a ripple of concern among the fanbase. The main worry is about the role of players who have become symbols of the club's rebirth. And in this context, the name most frequently mentioned in fan discussions is Elliot Lee. Lee is undoubtedly a key figure in Wrexham's current golden era. Over 3 standout seasons, he has played a direct role in the club's promotions from the National League to League One and now to the Championship, contributing with crucial goals, clever assists, and a relentless work rate that has made him a fan favourite. His commitment, versatility, and leadership qualities have made him indispensable, both on and off the pitch. The arrival of high-profile, experienced players could naturally lead to a reduced role for Lee. And that's exactly what has some fans worried. In a squad bolstered by more glamorous signings, will Elliot Lee be pushed aside? Despite the obvious need to strengthen the team for what will be a demanding season, many supporters believe Lee still has plenty to offer in the Championship. His bond with the club, his understanding of the tactical setup, and his proven resilience are qualities that don't show up in the stats, but often make the difference in key moments. The challenge now facing the coaching staff is to balance the integration of new signings with the continued recognition of the core players who brought the club this far. The season hasn't even started yet, but the debate over Wrexham's midfield is already heating up and full of anticipation. Story 4, the main event. What is Wrexham's real goal in the Championship? Survival or promotion again? Here we are, the biggest story of the day, and it might completely change how you see Wrexham's upcoming season in the Championship. Ever since the club secured promotion to the second tier of English football, speculation has been swirling around Wrexham's true ambition for 2025-26. After all, this is a club that only recently climbed out of the National League and has now stormed into one of the toughest leagues in the world. Officially, the message coming from inside the club has been cautious. Sources close to the board say the public goal is simple: stay up. Secure enough points to avoid relegation and establish Wrexham as a solid Championship side. That alone would be a major achievement for a newly promoted team. But those who follow the club closely know that the owner's ambitions go far beyond mere survival. Insiders suggest that McElhenney and Reynolds aren't just happy to be in the Championship. The real target, though still kept under wraps, is reaching the Premier League within 2 seasons. That's right. What many consider an impossible dream is being treated as a real possibility behind the scenes. And the signs are already there. Wrexham's transfer budget this summer is among the biggest in the club's history. The players being targeted aren't just squad fillers, they're potential leaders for another promotion charge. Off the pitch, the club is also expanding. Improvements to training facilities, a larger backroom staff, increased focus on performance analysis and youth development, all built with a long-term vision that extends far beyond the Championship. This kind of mindset is what separates clubs that simply compete from those that make history. Wrexham have already defied the odds before. And from the looks of it, they're preparing to do it again. What once seemed impossible, a Welsh club in the Premier League, is now being carefully planned with boldness, vision, and a winning mentality. No public promises have been made yet. But the movement is real. And those who doubt may well be stunned again. So there you have it, the 4 biggest Wrexham stories of the day. Now tell me, do you think Wrexham can hit that 72-point mark and make the playoffs in their very first Championship season? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, because here, you'll always stay up to date with everything going on at Wrexham. See you in the next video.